All right, now we're going to do another example, but this time we're going to use the calculator. Okay, so we're going to find the cotangent of 410 degrees using the calculator. Okay, so this is the steps that I would take, that you should take to get it. Okay, so first of all, remember, got to have your calculator in the correct mode. So for each of these, if you're dealing with radians, you got to make sure your calculator is in radian mode. Okay. If you're dealing with degrees, make sure that you put your calculator in degree mode. Okay. So the first one, A, is in degree mode. So we're going to find the cotangent of 410 degrees using our calculator. Okay. So now we're going to find the tangent and then take the inverse of that. Now you can do this all in one step by using the appropriate number of parentheses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start with the parenthesis. Okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in parentheses finding tangent, right? Because remember, cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. So I'm going to put tangent inside parentheses, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the inverse key, x to the negative 1, to flip it. Okay, so I'm going to get the answer for tangent, because that's the key I have, right? We don't have a cotangent key. So we'll have to find tangent and then take the reciprocal of that answer, okay? So, how do we get tangent? Well, I'm going to put the tangent key, right? So you're going to have tangent, okay? So you're going to have the tangent key, right? So there's your tangent key, and then you're going to take parenthesis, right? And then you're going to put 410, because you're in degree mode. Remember, you want to make sure you're in degree mode, so when you put in 210, it's reading it as degrees. Okay? And then you're going to put in end parenthesis, right? Okay? And then, well, I put a little too much here, but anyway, this whole thing is in parentheses, so let me make this a little bigger. Okay, gave myself a little bit more room. And then you have your parenthesis key, and then you put in your 410, right? And then you have your end parenthesis key, right? So, like so. Oh, oops. Gotta have a, there we go, like that. Okay? And so that will give you so 0.8391 if you round to 4 decimal places. Okay, now B, got to make sure that first of all, are we in the right mode? Okay, so if you did this one, you're in degree mode. So now we're dealing with radians here because there's no degree symbol. So, got to change it to radian mode. So then, in this case, we don't have to deal with any reciprocal here, so we're just going to use the sine key. So it'll be sine, and then parenthesis, okay? And then you got to make sure you use the negative sign, okay? Use the negative sign. Not the subtraction sign. Just make sure you use the correct sign, right? And then the 7 key. And then followed by the end parenthesis. And then of course enter. I didn't write enter here, but you want to use, press enter or equals. Okay. And so that's going to give you approximately, again, we're going to go out 4 decimal places, so it's 6.65, negative 0.6570. Okay. Now, for part C, again, we're dealing with radians, right? We've got pi over 9. We're dealing with radians. Now, secant is 1 over cosine. Okay, so this is where we're going to use the reciprocal again. Now, I'm not going to write all the keys out, so again, this time. So realize that this is what I'm putting into the calculator, okay? So I'm going to use, again, parentheses. I'm going to box it all in. Okay, I'm going to use cosine. So I'm going to use cosine of what? Pi over 9. And so you're going to put pi, the pi key, the division key, and then the 9 key. Okay, and then you're going to end parenthesis. Right? You know what? Let me spell it out. Just in case people get confused. Okay, so we're going to put an end parenthesis. We're going to use the cosine key, followed by the open parenthesis, followed by the pi key, followed by the division key, followed by 9 key, and then followed by the end parenthesis. Okay, and then of course we're going to have another end parenthesis, and then we're going to have finally the inverse key, x to the negative 1, to flip it, right? So we're finding the cosine of pi over 9, and then we're going to flip it by using the 1 over x key, or the x to the negative 1 key. And that will give us secant of pi over 9. And when we do that, we get approximately what? If we round to 4 decimal places, we get 1.0642. And that's how you use the calculator. Have a great day.